Hey guys, welcome. Glad you stopped by. Come on in, sit down. We're cooking dinner, and I think you're gonna like it. So tonight, I thought we'd travel south and do a little jambalaya. Now, jambalaya comes in like several different formats, depending on what you want in it. There are so many proteins to choose from. I ate crab, shrimp, chicken, andouille sausage, and the list goes on. You know, and it really depends on where you're at. There's a Creole version, there's a Cajun version, there's so many different, it's so regional, micro-regional almost, that it's really hard to say, at least in my mind, what a real gumbo is. Because there are some people that swear them down, there's some things that shouldn't go in it, where some people say that it should. It really just varies. But I found this recipe and I think we're gonna enjoy it, hands down. So that being said, if you're new to the channel, this is your first video, welcome. I hope you get something out of this one. Check out some of the other ones if you're so inclined, maybe even consider subscribing. If you are returning, or a new subscriber, thank you and welcome back. Comments are always welcome. Just be nice, think before you type, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. All right, well, that being said, we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna hop on down here to the counter because I'm really hungry. I know everybody else is really hungry and you're looking pretty hungry too. Hold on for me just 1 second. Okay, we are down here at the counter. So, things we will need to make this with, as far as equipment goes, it isn't much. You're gonna need a Dutch oven or a stock pot of some sort, at least 6 quart. And we're gonna need a recipe, which I got written down right here. And that's pretty much it. Slotted spoon or a spoon is also very handy. But that's really it. So, to start this recipe out, I've got some vegetable oil in the bottom of my Dutch oven. I got 2 tablespoons worth. And I've got it heating up. And I'm heating it up on medium high. To that, I'm going to add 1 pound of andouille sausage. Alright, and that's just, I got it sliced up about a 1/4 inch thick. It's a curve, so it's different, but about a 1/4 inch thick all the way around. And what we're going to do is we're going to brown this up, give it a nice crispness to it, which is my favorite way to have it, in the oil. And that's going to take about 5 minutes.
Very good. Sausage.
Sausage.
Yeah.
And add all this to it. You gonna tell them hi again?
Yeah.
All right, so we've been about 5 minutes on medium high, and we've got got our sausage, getting nice and crispy. So now what we need to do, and you'll want to use a slotted spoon or a pair of tongs. We're gonna get our sausage out of here, but we want to leave as much of that oil and the grease from the sausage and those crispy bits on the bottom of the pan. We want to leave those in there, and we don't want to rush those out by any stretch of the imagination. So get our sausage out of here, and the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put in some vegetables. Now I have got, let me grab my list. We have got the equivalent of 2 cups of a sweet onion. Now I'm just using a yellow onion, only because I didn't have any sweet onion. You could use Vidalia, you could use, whatever suits your fancy really, or you have available. But I've got 1 large onion, it's about 2 cups. I've got 2 stalks of celery, which is about 1 cup, maybe a little heavy on that. And then I've got 1 large red pepper, which is about a cup and a half of red pepper. And we're gonna throw that in there, just like such. And we're gonna cook these up until they're nice and soft. Okay, so I just lost an entire section of this video, but it's okay, we didn't miss much. So we went ahead and got our vegetables, our celery, onion, and pepper, nice and soft and brown. And to that, I added 2 teaspoons of creole seasoning, a teaspoon of oregano dried, and a teaspoon of dried thyme, and 2 bay leaves. And that's really hot, so at least one side of it is. And right there is where we're at to date. All right, so we let that Yeah, 4 cloves of garlic, and then the dried spices and the bay leaves. And the garlic was minced. So we've got put in here, and we've let that cook for about a minute, minute and a half. So the next thing we need to do is we are going to go ahead and add in 2 10-ounce cans of Rotel, or tomatoes and green chilies. It doesn't have to necessarily be Rotel, but today in our house it's Rotel. And we're going to go ahead and get that mixed in there. And then to that, we are going to add 3 cups of chicken broth. There's the first cup. And here is 2 more cups. Now, if you're new to my channel, I use my own chicken stock. We make it up like a bazillion pints and quarts at a time, which I'm due to make up more. And but I haven't bought store-bought, and I can't tell you how long. So now the next thing we need to do after we get all that in there is we are going to add our sausage back in, right, that we cooked.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, which is our 1 pound of andouille sausage. And we're going to add in 2 cups, or about a chicken breast and a half of shredded chicken. And you can use a rotisserie chicken. Rotisserie chickens are amazing, and that way you don't have to cook it all up. Saves you a lot of time. This happens to just be 2 whole chickens that we cooked the other night, and then I take that and I tear all the meat off of it and save the bones for broth. But I can use that for several things. So we're going to go ahead and get that in there. And that is, we got one more thing to put in, right? Yes. All right, so we got our chicken in there, our sausage in there, Rotel, chicken broth. Last thing I'm going to put in here for right now is 2 cups of long grain rice. And it's just plain old white long grain rice. Okay, so now we are going to just go ahead and turn this down to like a medium low, since we got a nice boil going on. We'll throw our lid on here, and we're going to let this go for 20 minutes. Like I had said, and we're going to stir it every once in a while. And once that rice becomes tender, 15-20 minutes, we'll be almost done. Okay, so we've been our 20 minutes. I get this lid off, and about every 3 or 4 minutes I came in here and gave it a good stir. And as you can see, we don't look like a soup anymore. We look more like jambalaya. So we've got a couple more things to add, but they're quick things. The next thing we're going to add, I have got 1 pound of medium shrimp right there, and they are just peeled and deveined, not cooked. And we're going to put this in here like such. Oh, left the tail on. And we are going to stir that in real quick. That way we can get it going. And we're going to put the lid right back on it, and we're going to let this go for another 5 minutes, or until the shrimp is pink but not quite curled all the way, right? So, but we want to cook the shrimp, and the shrimp won't take any more than 5 minutes, I promise. Alright guys, so we've been our 5 minutes, and I stirred it a couple times within that 5 minutes just to check on the shrimp to make sure we didn't overcook it. And we didn't. We are in good shape. So we'll give it a good stir up here. And well, our shrimp did kind of curl a little more than I wanted it to, but that's alright. It's still good, still tender and delicious. But there we are. See how we're no longer, translucent and gray. We're a nice pink. Let me turn that oven off. So I went ahead and I took it off the heat. We know our shrimp's done. So the last thing I've got to put in here, I've got a half a cup of flat parsley, and it's just roughly chopped. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that in there, and that will give it some flavor. I personally can't taste parsley, but I know plenty of people that can. Plus, it's good for you. Believe it or not, it helps regulate your innards and keep you flowing, so to speak. I used to know a guy back when I was a kid. He'd eat it with every meal, and just a couple sprigs, and that's, he swore by it. And he gives it some color. So now we just gotta let it sit here for about 5-10 minutes and let it calm down. If we try to eat this now, it will melt our face. So I'll see you here in just a second after this has calmed down a little bit and we can eat it. All right, hold on for me one moment. All right, guys. our 10 minutes is up. There is our beautiful gumbo. As you can see though, it's still hot. Dutch ovens will keep your stuff hot forever. I mean, forever. So what we'll go ahead and do is get us a bowl. Now, the bay leaves that we had in here, I took out while I was sitting here cooling. You don't want to eat those. They will do terrible things to you. Your body cannot digest a bay leaf. So, you know, it will try to pass through, and it has very, very sharp edges on it. So, you'll run the risk of hurting your insides. But there, my friends, is the fruits of our labor. I think that looks phenomenal, hands down. So let me get you up here where I can see you. As always, whoop. And that way we can give this a try, and hopefully I still won't melt my face off. These Dutch ovens, they're great. And this isn't even like a high-end Dutch oven. This was like a cheap $20 Dutch oven from online. But it still retains its heat, it cooks even, and those are the important things. So let's go ahead and give this bad boy a try. Because I'm here to tell you, it smells amazing in here. It looks amazing. And there's no reason why, you know, we can't finish this last third up and get a good taste. That is really good. I've got Abby over here to my left. She's actually been by my side through this whole video pretty much, watching me cook. That's why I think we missed that one part that I didn't get to when we put the spices in. I thought I was filming me and her doing it together, but I didn't. That's alright though. We'll do next time.
No.
No? Oh. Alright. That is really good. I mean, really good. You can taste every last bit. Now, I will say, it does have a little kick to it, which it should. If spicy isn't your thing, I would cut the creole seasoning maybe in half. But I think that's perfect. You can taste the shrimp. You can taste the andouille sausage. The chicken's in there. Yeah, it just, oh, it is so good. Yeah, the broth adds that richness to it. You know, the fact that we, you know, had all that just bits and pieces on the bottom to mold into everything as we were cooking it with the vegetables. It's pretty much just there and then some. You'll have to give this a try, hands down. And let me know if you do. You can leave me a comment down below. Find us on Facebook, you know, Instagram, all that. We're on those social media platforms. I don't do Snapchat or TikTok or any of that stuff. At least not yet. Maybe down the road. I don't know. I've learned to never say never. So, but like I said, if you do try this, let me know. Either way, or if you have a version that you make, let me know. Tomorrow, we are going to do kind of breakfast for dessert. We're going to do a Dutch baby, which is essentially a German pancake. It's just another name for it. And I'll tell you a little history on that tomorrow when I make them. But it's not like a normal pancake. And it sounds fabulous, and it's going to involve blueberries. And you can't go wrong with blueberries and or a version of a pancake. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow, and I hope you come by for it, because I think it's going to be delicious. I've never had one before. I've never had German pancake. I've never had a Dutch baby. Either way. So I think that's going to be fun and a good time. Yeah, I think that's about it. So until tomorrow when we have that Dutch baby pancake, German pancake, I love you. I love you very much, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Tell somebody else that you love them and that you love them very much. They may need to hear it. It's probably going to make them smile and feel a whole lot better. It's going to make you feel good to tell them, I guarantee it. And if you make some of this jambalaya and share it with them, that's going to lead to an evening of conversation and good times like there is no tomorrow. So, till tomorrow, I love you, and I'll see you then. All right? See you later. Bye-bye.